Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk with you about the 5 misconceptions about depression. What do you need to know? And if you like these kinds of videos and you like mental health topics, don't forget to subscribe. I put out videos twice a week and you don't want to miss them. So let's get started. There are a lot of misconceptions out there about depression, and I thought it was important that we talk about it and let people know what the truth really is. So to start off, I want to talk a little bit about what depression is, and I will link here to my major depressive disorder video, or MDD, for more specifics. Now what the DSM says is that you're meeting 5 or more out of these 9 symptoms that they give for a 2-week period. But you always must have either depressed mood or loss of interest or pleasure. So you always have to have one of those, but you have to have 5 total. So there are other symptoms involved, and it has to last for 2 weeks. So that's just kind of an overview of what depression is, because I know people throw around that term a lot. Oh, I'm just so depressed. Yeah, we can have down moods, but we don't have a depressive disorder like MDD. So what are some of the most common misconceptions? Number 1, that people with depression are just really sad. The truth of it is that some of us may experience depression as simply sadness, but a lot of us may experience it as agitation, irritability, change in appetite, difficulty sleeping, sleeping too much. There are so many symptoms when it comes to depression that to say that depression is just when someone's really sad is really short-sighted. Number 2, that people who are depressed can just snap out of it. That is, I would say, one of the most common that I hear. Like, well, just get out of bed. Just go get sun on your face. You'll feel so much better. Maybe if it was, really light seasonal depression, that might help. But if it's actually major depressive disorder, that stuff's not going to help at all. There are a lot of things we're going to have to do to help us feel a little bit better. And none of that includes snapping out of it. Number 3, that it is really obvious when someone's depressed. I know a lot of people are like, well, they don't look depressed. Well, they don't act depressed. Well, they went out the other night, so they must not be depressed, right? I hear that all the time, especially from parents. And a lot of my clients struggle because their friends feel that way. And the truth is, if we go back to our DSM and we read all about depression, it's depressed mood most of the day for at least 2 weeks. We may have periods of time during the day, or whole days where we feel completely fine. And I know from all of you and all of my clients that a lot of people will fake it because they don't want to talk about it. So we'll just put on a happy face and pretend everything's okay, even though we really feel like shit. And so I think that that is one of the most common. And if you have any common misconceptions that you've heard, leave it in the comments. Let us know. Let's talk about it, right? Number 4, that there is only one type of depression. It's just called depression. That's all it is. That's the only option. Just like I was mentioning before, there's major depressive disorder. There is dysthymia, which is a low-grade depression lasting for at least 2 years or a year if you're an adolescent. I'll link to this video as well. And then there's seasonal affective disorder. I have a video on that too. And seasonal affective disorder can happen in the winter months, but some people have like atypical seasonal depression, and that'll happen in the summer. There are a lot of different things, and we can also be going through bereavement if we've lost someone and it lasts a little bit longer than that and we still have a little bit of a depressed mood. There are a lot of types of depression. There's not just depression. And number 5, this is another good one. The antidepressants just fix it. Just go to the doctor, have them put you on antidepressants, you'll feel all better. That is not the case. Yes, for some people, if they're already in psychotherapy, seeing a therapist like myself, and they go to their psychiatrist and they get on an antidepressant and we're working on behavioral techniques, yeah, it can fix it, if you want to use that term, and it can make it a lot better. But for many of us, that's not enough, and there are a lot of components that go into us feeling depressed. Like the last one, there are a lot of different types of depression. There are going to be a lot of different things we need to do to help that depression feel better. And a pill isn't gonna fix it. I hope you like this video. Please, please, please share this content. These aren't things I made up. These are things I've heard. And you have told me that you hear. And I think it's really important that we share the actual factual information about it and what depression is really like. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe because I put out videos twice a week and you don't want to miss them. And I would love some chatter in the comments about misconceptions or misunderstandings that you've heard and what the truth really is. Because the more we talk about it, the less stigma there is and the better we all get. Am I right? And I'll see you next time.